Hi there, Aquaba, and welcome. I hope you're doing great. Today I'll be making some delicious banana bread, and this recipe is super easy to follow, perfect for using up your overripe bananas, and the result is soft, moist, and so good. So join me and let's get started. So here are my bananas. They are really overripe. I've got two medium ones and a small one. I didn't want to throw them away, so I decided to whip up some banana bread instead. So I'll peel and transfer the bananas into my plate here to mash up. I'm using a fork, but you can use a potato masher or whatever you have on hand. It all works well. So I'll mash them until they have completely broken down, just like this. Now I'll set them in the fridge while I work on the other components here. For this recipe, I'm using 1/3 a cup of granulated sugar, 1 stick of unsalted butter, softened to room temperature. Now using a spatula, I'll mix the sugar and butter together until they are well combined, and I'll keep mixing until the sugar is mostly dissolved and I can no longer hear the crunch. Now I'm going the traditional way, so I'm doing it this way, but you can always use your stand mixer or hand mixer to do this part. And once it looks like this, nicely creamed, it's the perfect time to add 2 eggs at room temperature. I will then continue mixing well to ensure the eggs are fully incorporated. And friends, with this recipe, I only use just 1/3 a cup of sugar because the bananas are really ripe and naturally sweet. You can adjust the sugar however to match your preference or taste, but I don't like my banana bread to be overly sweet. Next, I'll add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and that will be it for the wet ingredients. I'll give it a quick mix to combine everything, then set it aside while I work on the next components. Now I'll sift all my dry ingredients, starting with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, half a tablespoon of baking powder, baking soda, salt, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. So I'm sifting the dry ingredients to break up any lumps and also to make everything nice and light. And trust me, this step makes a big difference in how smooth your batter turns out and how perfect your banana bread bakes. And once that's done, I'll give it a quick mix to ensure everything is well incorporated. Then I'll make a hole in the center of the flour, then pour in my wet ingredients. And when it's time to combine the dry and wet ingredients, here is the secret to the perfect banana bread. It's just to go slow and gentle. So using my spatula, I'll fold them together. The key is to mix just until the flour disappears. Don't overmix or you will lose that soft, tender texture we all love. So my mixture seemed a bit too thick, so I added some milk a little at a time, mixing gently after each addition until the butter reached a smoother, pourable consistency. What we are looking for is a perfect consistency, not too thick or too runny. So this right here is just perfect. And now I'll transfer the mixture into my prepared pan here. I used a bit of butter to grease it up to prevent sticking, so it will slide out perfectly once it's baked. I also have my oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the perfect temp for baking this delicious banana bread, so we'll pop it in and let it bake for about an hour to 15 minutes. But don't forget to check on it towards the end. When your toothpick comes out clean, you would know it's ready to come out and shine. So let's pop it in now. Here we are after about an hour and 15 minutes. Just look at that golden beauty. Now I let it cool completely in the pan for about 10 to 15 minutes before transferring it to a wire rack to cool completely. The wait is tough, but trust me, it's worth it. And after it cools completely, it's time to slice into that delicious banana bread. The texture is soft, moist, and packed with flavor, perfect for a snack, breakfast, or even dessert. And friends, just look at how soft and moist it is. It's absolutely perfect. This banana bread recipe is so good, you just keep going back for another slice. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you have any questions, and please subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And until next time, stay safe and blessed always.